सन 1903 हवाई जहाज के इन्वेंशन ने बदल दिया दुनिया के आने जाने का तरीका। 2022 वेदांतु लॉन्चेस AI लाइव और यह बदलने वाला है दुनिया के सीखने का तरीका। इंटरैक्टिव क्लासेस, टॉप टीचर्स, सिर्फ 5,000 रुपए सालाना।
Hello everybody, welcome to the fantastic, fabulous and fantabulous session by Vedantu 9&10 English. My name is Pritesh, I'm your host, your host and a proud master teacher from Vedantu, welcoming you to the super amazing session where we are doing the live processes and dealing with nutrition in humans. That is what we'll be doing in today's session. So very warm welcome to all of you once again. Let us without any further delay begin the process of nutrition in humans. So, today we'll be exploring the entire alimentary canal of the human beings, where we'll be exploring the Bosla, that is buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. And this is my Insta handle, that is Pritesh_Vedantu, where you can follow me and connect with me to know more about me. So, let's begin. So we know that these are the steps that are involved in nutrition in humans. We begin with the process of ingestion, that means taking in of food. Ingestion, taking in of food. After ingestion, we break down the large food particles into smaller particles by the process of digestion. If I ask you, where does digestion begin? So digestion begins in the mouth. It begins in the mouth with the help of the saliva, where saliva helps to break down starch to maltose, right? Starch to sugar. Then where does digestion end? So digestion begins over here and digestion ends in the small intestine. It ends in the small intestine, right, in the lower section of the small intestine, using the intestinal juices. After digestion, we do the process of absorption, where nutrients are absorbed with the help of the villi, which we'll be learning, right? Further, the assimilation happens. Assimilation means whatever is absorbed, that is used by the body for energy, growth and repair, which is called as assimilation. I also like to call it Amazon delivery. I also like to call it Amazon delivery. Why? Because the body orders, hey, my eyesight is getting weak, I need some vitamin A. Okay, have some apple and be happy with your vitamin A. So when you need vitamin A and when you eat an apple, the vitamin A is delivered to the eyes to get a good eyesight. So that is your Amazon delivery, that is the assimilation. So assimilation is the proper utilization of the absorbed nutrients in the body for making of complex proteins. And with that we come to the final process of egestion. Now I want all of you to tell me in the homework, difference between egestion and excretion. Tell me what is the difference between egestion and excretion. That is your homework. Tell me in the comment section below. Right? Tell me in the comment section below what is the difference between egestion and excretion. So in egestion, the undigested food is removed from the body through the anus. So this all, the basics we have already learnt in our grade 7 chapter nutrition in animals. Let us learn further today. So the alimentary canal consists of the mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus. Right? Esophagus with an O. The digestive glands include the salivary glands, gastric glands of the stomach, intestinal glands of the small intestine, livers and the pancreas. Together this alimentary canal plus the digestive glands, together they are called as the digestive system. Together we call them as the digestive system, right? That is called as the digestive system together. Correct? Now, with this, we move ahead and we explore each and every part in detail. So, we begin with the oral or the buccal cavity, right? We begin with the oral or the buccal cavity. If we look at it very carefully, so it is very easy to identify the parts. We have got the lips, right? The teeth, right? The tongue, right? Here are your tonsils, and this is your it's called uluva or something. Wait, I just confirm. It is called ulvua or something like that, right? Uvula. It is called as the uvula. Okay. It is called as the uvula. Okay, this is the uvula. So this is basically your buccal cavity. When I talk about the teeth, which is also called the dentition, so humans have got heterodont kind of a dentition. What kind of dentition is found in humans? It is heterodont. Why heterodont? Because we have got different type of teeth. There are 4 types of teeth. One is your incisors. Then you have got your canines. Then you have got your premolars. And then you have got your molars. Right? So this is 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4. These are your incisors. Then this is your canine. Then 1, 2, 3. Total 6. 6 hoga ye. Right? 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 6, 12. 12 and 4 is 16. 12 and 4 is 16. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. So that is totals 4. So 4 incisors. These are the front 4 teeth. Then 2 canines. 1 and 2. Then 3 premolars on each side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 molars on each side. 1, 2, 1, 2. Total it is 16, and 16 in the upper jaw, 16 in the lower jaw. Total there are 32 teeth. When I talk about 32 teeth, these are the permanent teeth. So humans have got 2 sets of teeth. We have got the milk teeth, which fall by the age of 5 or 6, and then comes the permanent teeth, which if fall, you do not get a new set of teeth. You have to put an artificial teeth with the help of a dentist. So these are the different types of teeth: incisors, canines, premolars and molars. I'll quickly explain you the function of each. Incisors are used to hold and bite the food. Food. Canines are used to tear the food. Premolars and molars are used for crushing and grinding. You will find that carnivores have very huge canine because they have to tear through the meat. Your premolars and molars are quite similar in structure. That's why they are used for crushing and grinding. Then I come to the next part of my buccal cavity, that is the tongue. Now when I talk about the tongue, the functions of the tongue are T, T, M. That is talk. It helps you to talk. It helps you to taste with the help of taste buds, and it helps to mix food with saliva. So these are the 3 functions of the tongue: taste, talk, and mix the food with the saliva. The tongue has got taste buds all over, and there are certain regions for the tasting. So you have got sweet, sour, salty and bitter. Sweet in the front, then sour on the sides, salty on the sides and bitter behind. In the center usually there are no taste buds. So you can take the most bitter neem tablet, keep it on the center of your tongue, you will not feel any taste. But if you keep it behind, you will, right? So there are certain regions of taste buds on the tongue. So that is your entire buccal cavity or the oral cavity. Now, when I talk about the upper jaw, the upper part of the tongue is called as the maxilla. This is also called as the maxilla, right? And the lower jaw is called as the mandible. So maxilla and mandible, upper jaw, lower jaw, right? Only the lower jaw is movable. You have already learnt in grade 6 chapter body movements. Only the lower jaw is movable. Right? So that is your buccal cavity. Understood? If you want, you can take a screenshot of this. I am moving ahead. Fine? Okay. So that is your buccal cavity. Now, in the buccal cavity, there are 3 pairs of salivary glands. One is the sublingual, one is submandibular, and one is parotid. There are 3 pairs of salivary glands. This is super important. So, how many salivary glands do you have? So, you have got salivary glands in the buccal cavity below the tongue, near the neck. That are 3 pairs. 3 pairs of salivary glands. One is your sublingual, second is submandibular, and the third is parotid. These are your salivary glands. They continuously secrete the saliva. Keeping your mouth moist, and saliva converts starch to maltose. In simple words, saliva converts starch to sugar. Which sugar? The sugar is maltose. And who converts? It is the enzyme called salivary amylase. In the saliva, there is an enzyme called salivary amylase. You will learn about salivary amylase. You will also learn about pancreatic amylase. Even pancreas secrete a type of amylase which helps to break down the carbohydrates. So salivary amylase is converted to maltose, which is a type of sugar in the saliva. Similarly, in the pancreas, the carbohydrates are converted to lactose. So that's why, remember, salivary amylase converts starch to maltose. That is the simple sugar, right? So that is about your salivary amylase and saliva and the 3 pairs of salivary glands. Then we learn about the esophagus with the O. Remember, this is the British English, this is the correct English. Esophagus with an O. It is a 20 centimeter long tube. The main thing that you have to remember about esophagus is that. What is the main thing that you have to remember about esophagus? 2 things actually. Number 1 is that you have to remember that it starts with the O because this is the British English. Right? So it starts with an O. The second thing that you have to remember about esophagus is that peristalsis begins here. So peristalsis is the muscular contraction movement that pushes the food forward. So peristalsis begins at the esophagus and it goes on throughout the alimentary canal. So peristalsis starts at the esophagus, then stomach, then small intestine, large intestine, finally rectum, anus, out of the body. So peristalsis starts from the esophagus and runs throughout the alimentary canal. That is all about the esophagus that you have to remember. It also has got the mucus lining that comes to protect itself from the acidic reflux. Okay? Then, very important, we come to the stomach. Very important, we come to the stomach. Remember that stomach is the J-shaped organ. Stomach is the J-shaped part of the alimentary canal. Also, it is the widest part of the alimentary canal. The widest part of alimentary canal. The stomach secretes 3 things. Number 1 is hydrochloric acid, which is secreted by the oxyntic cells of the stomach. HCl is secreted by the oxyntic cells of the stomach. This is not in your syllabus, but I am giving you some extra information. It is secreted by the oxyntic cells of the stomach. The functions of the HCl are: number one, it facilitates pepsin. Pepsin helps to digest proteins. Number two, there are three functions of HCl. Number one is facilitates protein. Number two, kills germs. Whatever you eat, roadside pani puri, momos, pav bhaji, along with the food you also eat a lot of germs. So it kills all the germs whatever enter your stomach through the food. And third is that it maintains acidic medium. It maintains acidic medium. These are the three functions of the HCl. Super important. You have to remember this. Pepsin, P for pepsin, P for proteins. It will digest the proteins to peptones. It will convert the proteins to peptones, and mucus helps to protect the wall of the stomach from the strong hydrochloric acid. We know from grade 7 chapter acids, bases and salts that HCl is a strong acid. So this strong acid has to be protected so that the stomach has to be protected from the strong HCl so that it does not come in direct contact with the stomach wall. So there is a mucus lining across the stomach and the esophagus so that the HCl does not touch the wall of the stomach, otherwise it can cause blisters. Right? So that is about your stomach and the secretions of the stomach. Okay? Now, the secretions of the stomach happen through the gastric glands. This is again very important point that you have to remember. It happens through the gastric glands. Right? Now, from the stomach, the food moves into the small intestine through the duodenum. It moves through the small intestine through the duodenum. Right? Now, in the small intestine, what happens is, it is a 6 meter long part of your alimentary canal. Okay, I'll just put some points of the small intestine. Number one, site for complete digestion. The entire process of digestion completes here. Right? It is 6 meters long. Liver plus pancreas, they help to complete digestion. Now you need to remember how the working of the food happens in the small intestine. So the food gets a little digested in the mouth and the stomach, and now when it reaches the small intestine, it is acidic because my hydrochloric acid has made the food acidic. So the first job is to make the acidic food alkaline. So the first job is to make the acidic food alkaline. So acidic food is made alkaline with the help of bile. What is bile? Bile is a juice that is produced by the liver, stored by the gallbladder, and used by the small intestine. Right? So, the liver produces the bile, the gallbladder stores the bile, and whenever required, this bile is given to the small intestine for two reasons. Bile again has got two functions. One is to make the acidic food alkaline, and second is emulsification of fats. I'll just erase all of this. So, when I talk about bile, it is produced by liver, stored, used functions. Right? Produced by liver, stored by the gallbladder, used by the small intestine. Functions: acidic food is made alkaline, and the second function of bile is emulsification of fats. What do you mean by emulsification of fats? Emulsification of fats means to break down big fat globules into smaller ones so that they can further be converted into fatty acids and glycerol. And this conversion of fatty acids and glycerol is done by the pancreas. We'll come to that. So remember that bile is produced by the liver, stored by the gallbladder, used by the small intestine to make the received acidic food from the stomach alkaline, and to break down the big chunks of fat into smaller ones so that they can be further digested by the help of pancreatic juice called lipase. I know there are a lot of terms in this chapter, but in this, especially this section, but what to do? So now the pancreas help to digest the proteins using trypase. They help to digest the fat using lipase, where the emulsified fats, how you will write about function of lipase? Lipase helps to convert emulsified fats into fatty acids and glycerol. And further, there are certain intestinal juices secreted in the lower part of the small intestine which complete the process of digestion, and the nutrients are absorbed by the finger-like projections called villi, right? By the finger-like projections called villi. So carbohydrates are converted to glucose. Glucose may also, there are certain byproducts like maltose, lactose, galactose, etc. Proteins are converted into peptones, peptides, amino acids, fats to fatty acids and glycerol, right? So this is how the process happens in the small intestine. The absorption happened. Now the only function of the large intestine is, now when the food is absorbed, whatever is left, that is the undigested waste, that goes to the large intestine. In the large intestine there is an ascending colon, transverse colon and descending colon. You know, it's an ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon. When the undigested food is traveling through this colon, if the body needs excess water or minerals, it will absorb from that undigested food, and the remaining undigested waste, which is feces, that is stored in the rectum. The rectum stores the undigested waste or the feces, and the anus removes it from the body into the washroom every morning. So we remove the undigested waste through the anus out of the body into the toilet every morning, right? Now this entire process, stomach to small intestine to large intestine to rectum, anus, this should be very smooth, without any constipation, without any stomach pain, without formation of any gases in the stomach. For that you should eat nice fibrous food. Because once your stomach, your alimentary canal is functioning properly, your brain functions properly, you stay fresh, you stay alert, you stay active. So make sure that you eat nice fibrous food so that your alimentary canal functions absolutely properly, right? Then we talk about the entire overview. So let us quickly go ahead. So we begin with the process of ingestion. Let us go process by process. Ingestion, taking in of the food in the mouth, where we have got the different types of teeth, incisors, canines, premolars, molars, 4 2 4 4, right? 4 plus 2 6 plus 4 no, that was 4 2 6 6 6 6 12 and 6, yeah, whatever it was. So that is your incisors, canines, premolars, molars. Then you have the tongue, TTM, taste, talk, mix the food with the saliva. 3 pairs of salivary glands, submandibular, parotid, and then there was sublingual, right? They secrete saliva. Saliva contains an enzyme called salivary amylase that helps to convert the starch to maltose. Then esophagus, peristalsis begins. It's a 20 centimeter long tube, also called as the food pipe. Then the food enters the stomach, where we have got 3 enzymes or 3 secretions: HCl, pepsin and mucus. HCl helps to activate pepsin to convert proteins to peptones. Mucus protects the ball from the HCl, and pepsin, I already told you. HCl also maintains the acidic medium and kills the germs. Then the food enters the small intestine, where we have got the livers and pancreas helping by secreting bile, by also helping with the pancreatic juices such as trypsin, pancreatic amylase, and also your lipase. So trypsin will digest the proteins, and pancreatic amylase will digest the carbs, and your lipase will convert emulsified fats to fatty acids and glycerol. Bile helps to convert the acidic food to alkaline, and it also helps in emulsification of fats. Apart from that, the food is completely digested in the small intestine, absorbed by the villi, assimilated through the blood, and then the undigested food enters the large intestine, where it travels through the ascending colon, transverse colon, and descending colon, and the water and minerals, if required, are absorbed. Apart from that, the waste is stored in the rectum and removed through the anus. That's it. Right? That is your human nutrition. Okay? Now, you can play the live quiz with me. Even if you are not watching this session live, you can play the quiz with me by just going on the first link in the description. So just go on the first link in the description and play this quiz with me. Right? So there is the link, the first link in the description. You can go on this link and play with me. And here is the quiz time. So let's begin with few amazing questions from the quiz time. There you go with the first one, and that is, what would be affected in the oral cavity if salivary amylase is lacking in the saliva? So what would happen if your saliva does not have salivary amylase? So the breaking down of starch to sugar will get affected, proteins to amino acids, absorption of vitamins, or fats to fatty acids and glycerol. This is a very easy one. I'll give you 15 seconds for this, and your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go. Come on. Super easy, super correct. Come on. I want all of you to answer this question. It's very easy. Yes. That's great. Come on. Very well. The answer to the question is that if the salivary amylase is not present in the saliva, then the breaking down of starch to maltose will not happen. Right? Good one. Next one, the movement where the food pipe expands and contracts is known as, I already told you the name of the process. Is it translocation, transpirational pull, peristaltic movement, or digestive movement? Super easy, so only 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, that's very easy. You guys can easily answer it. What is the movement where the food pipe expands and contracts called? Come on, that's amazing. Very good. This movement runs throughout the alimentary canal. It is the peristaltic movement. Very good. Amazingly awesome. Right? Amazingly awesome. And one more question. Dash regulates the removal of unabsorbed food material. Unabsorbed food material, which is waste. Who regulates the removal? Liver, anus, small intestine, or the anal sphincter? What is sphincter? Sphincter is a roundish muscle which is voluntary in nature. Some are voluntary, some are involuntary. Like the esophageal sphincter which opens into the stomach is involuntary. The pyloric sphincter is involuntary. Right? So some are voluntary, some are involuntary. Give the answer to this. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on. Very nice. Regulating the removal. Super easy. Come on. Very well. Very good. The answer to this is anal sphincter. Very good. Right? Chalo. We move on a little ahead. And the answer is anal sphincter. One more question. When you put a few drops of iodine to rice water, the solution turns blue-black. Very simple. This is grade 6 question, test for nutrients. When iodine turns blue-black, it shows that rice water contains fats, proteins, starch, or proteins. Very simple. Very simple. Show me a sample. 3, 2, 1, go. Very easy. Come on. Iodine turning blue-black is an indication of presence of dash. It's an indication of presence of starch. Very good. It is an indication of presence of starch, because only starch can turn the amber colored iodine to blue-black. Right? Okay. So that is it, guys. That is it. And now let me tell you that if you want to learn from me and your amazing teachers of Vedantu, whether it is Abhishek sir or Shilpi ma'am or Anup sir or Bhavna ma'am or Sana ma'am or Amrit sir, Anubha ma'am, Ankarna ma'am, Harsh Priyam sir, if you want to learn from your amazing teachers of Vedantu for only rupees 4,500, then you must join the Vedantu Pro Lite for only rupees 4,500, where you are getting live AI classes, test assignments, study material, basically anything and everything that a student can ever ask for by using the coupon code PREPRO. This is the coupon code that you're supposed to use, and you will get a bumper discount. Only pay rupees 4,500 for the entire year. Yes, this cost of rupees 4,500 is for the entire year for English, Maths, Science, SST. All 4 subjects, all amazing teachers for just rupees 4,500. Do give it a try, guys. And here is a question which I want you to, along with what I asked you earlier, answer this in the comment section. Why do herbivores have a larger alimentary canal than carnivores? This is super easy. This is something which is asked in grade 7. So this is very easy. Answer this question along with the question which I asked you, that what is the difference between digestion and excretion, right? So with that, guys, thank you so much. Remember, PREPRO is the code. Do not forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up. Reach out to me at pritesh.joshi@vedantu.com. I'll be seeing you again. Till then, take care, keep learning, keep growing, and keep evolving. Have a great time. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.